Hello, and welcome to the Caritas Sonrientes Smiling Figurines of Mexico online exhibition. In this presentation, we highlight the Maxwell Museum's collection of the Mexican ceramic figurines known as Caritas Sonrientes. This online exhibition is brought to you by the Maxwell Museum of Anthropology in collaboration with the University of New Mexico Museum Studies Program and the UNM Latin American and Iberian Institute. These ceramic figures have been named for their defining feature, their unique smiles. In Spanish, Caritas Sonrientes means little smiling faces. The Maxwell Museum has 18 Caritas Sonrientes in their collection. The first figure was acquired in 1970, followed by later acquisitions in 1990 and 2011. The Maxwell's collection of Caritas Sonrientes is a small fraction of the countless figures that exist today in museums and private collections worldwide. The Caritas Sonrientes have been excavated from various archaeological sites in the Central Valley of the Mexican state of Veracruz. The two figures pictured may have come from the site of Dicha Tuerta, which is indicated on the map by a red arrow. The production of Caritas Sonrientes is estimated to have begun in the late pre-classic period and ended in the late classic period of ancient Mexico, during the years 100 BCE to 900 CE. That is 1,000 years of production. The multicultural groups credited with the making of these figures include the Mixe, Nahua, Zoque, and other Gulf Coast cultures who inhabited the region. Many of the Caritas Sonrientes are hollow with various orifices, usually at the head and backside of the figure, while some of the smaller heads are made from packed clay. The figures range in sizes from 15 to 50 centimeters. Full-bodied figures measure about a half meter, and most heads measure about 20 centimeters. Due to the context of their excavations, full-bodied Caritas Sonrientes are rare. The Maxwell Museum has 2 full-bodied figures and 2 semi-bodied figures. Most Caritas Sonrientes in museum collections include only the heads of figures. This disembodiment could have happened over time as well as in the excavation process. In some instances, the figures may have been broken in ancient times during ritual and ceremonial practices. While some parts of the figure, like the headdresses, hands, and feet, may have been made using molds, each figure has a unique smile that communicates a singular personality and a range of emotion. A large portion of what we know about the Caritas Sonrientes comes from the figures themselves. Their clothing, adornment, and decoration help to communicate their identity. The elaborate clothing, headdresses, and adornments of many of the figures indicate they are dressed for a special occasion, and the designs inscribed on their apparel include iconic symbols in Mesoamerican art, as well as common animals of the Gulf Coast region like birds, reptiles, and monkeys. The gender of each figure can be determined by their clothing type and headdress design. This is the only figurine from the Maxwell collection whose gender can be recognized because of its clothing. This Caritas Sonriente is wearing a chest band and a loincloth called maxtlatl in the Nahuatl language, which identifies the figure as male. Headdresses are important markers of identity in Mesoamerican costume, and their designs and iconographies tell us more about the meaning of each figure as well as their gender. According to investigations published by INA, the Mexican National Institute of Anthropology and History, most of the full-bodied figures of males have headdresses with geometric designs, while female bodies mostly have headdresses with animal designs. The geometric symbol depicted on this headdress is the xicalcolixqui. This icon has multiple associations and meanings, such as water, clouds, and serpents, and signifies the relationship between the earth and sky. The xicalcolixqui is a pan-Mesoamerican symbol that is represented in both ancient and contemporary art and architecture, like the staircase at the archaeological site of El Tajín in Veracruz, where many of the Caritas Sonrientes have been excavated, and at the site of Mitlan, Oaxaca, where contemporary Zapotec weavers used this design in their work. Another common headdress symbol is the olin, which is a Mesoamerican icon and calendar glyph that signifies movement and earthquakes. Olin is represented in many ancient art forms and monuments, such as the Aztec calendar stone pictured here. These Caritas Sonrientes from the Maxwell collection have headdresses with monkey designs. Monkeys are common animals of the Mexican jungle and were often portrayed in Mesoamerican art. Like Olin, the monkey is also represented in the Mesoamerican calendar and is associated with music and dance. Birds are also popular figures in Mesoamerican material culture, and the state of Veracruz is home to more than 700 species of birds, accounting for more than half of Mexico's total species. The Veracruz coastline is also home to the largest bird and insect migration in the world, where millions of raptors pass through twice each year in their migrations across North and South America. Notice the center of this headdress, which may depict the head of a bird. The geometric patterns on both sides also look like flowers. The majority of the Caritas Sonrientes in the Maxwell collection have some type of opening in the back of the head, like the rectangular slits shown in these figures. In addition to creating a necessary air passage that ensures the stability of the clay during the firing process, these openings could indicate that the figures served a ritual or symbolic function as musical instruments such as whistles, rattles, and flutes. The idea that the Caritas Sonrientes had a musical function is supported by the fact that many full-bodied figures carry instruments such as the ones shown here. Notice how both of the figures' arms are raised in such a way that suggests the performance of song, dance, prayer, or ritual. This figure in the Maxwell collection is unique because it has black painted speech scrolls near its mouth. In Mesoamerican art, these speech scrolls represent communication, speech, and song. Because of this unusual trait, we are uncertain if this Caritas Sonriente and its painted designs are authentic. This Caritas Sonriente has the rectangular opening in the front of its headdress. The curved lines on the headdress may represent speech scrolls like those painted on the previous figure. However, these designs could also signify a type of hairstyle or other ornamentation. Although the elements of clothing, adornment, and design tell us a lot about the Caritas Sonrientes, the significance of their unique smiles remains a mystery. Their jovial state could correspond to song, dance, music, prayer, and other types of ritual practice and celebration. Thank you for visiting the Maxwell Museum of Anthropology's online exhibition, Caritas Sonrientes, Smiling Figurines of Mexico. We hope that you'll take some time to consider what the Caritas Sonrientes communicate to you.